Hey guys, my name is Natalia Taylor. I'm a content creator on YouTube, and I've been doing YouTube for about 5 years now. Over those 5 years, I've accumulated over 2.3 million subscribers, which is kind of crazy. That's a lot of people. Having spent a significant amount of time working online has not only given me a unique perspective in regards to new media, but also a far deeper understanding as to how it really works. Social media, in many ways, has given society new and positive changes that bring endless opportunities. We now have jobs that were never even considered before. We can start an online business in mere hours, even with no experience, having only ourselves as an employee. We can learn new skills for free by watching tutorials online. It's truly impossible to fully encapsulate the wonders and blessings that have come from internet content. However, much like everything else in life, there's a dark side to online content. As much as it can help us, it can also hurt us. I mean, it's literally killing us. And the problem is that we don't know exactly how social media is affecting our mental health. Our culture has become increasingly concerned with our physical health. We have access to studies that tell us what to consume, what to avoid, and what vitamins we need. What we surround ourselves with will inevitably affect us in either a positive or a negative way. Since the topic of physical health has universally been more open than the one surrounding mental health, we're typically trained to know when something isn't good for us. We know how to recognize the physical cues that tell us we need to change what we're consuming. But mental cues about what we consume, those are harder to read, because we've not yet recognized how to train our brains in the same way. Unfortunately, sometimes it's not immediately clear that certain content we're consuming online will have a negative effect. Sometimes the negative effects develop gradually and creep up on us, and then finally begin to manifest. It's difficult to pinpoint as well. Is it just one type of content that's toxic for our mental health? Is it a genre? Is it an entire community? Or can it be individuals? How do we figure it out in order to make sure we're consuming content that nourishes our mind in the same way we force ourselves to eat healthy in order for us to be in our best physical shape? Especially in a vulnerable time like right now, where suicide is up by 60% since 2007, according to the CDC. It's literally killing us. The lack of consensus on the mental effects of social media is part of the issue. With no concrete answers, it's difficult to make healthy choices knowing they effectively are good for us. The International Journal of Indian Psychology published a review titled "Effects of Social Media on the Mental Health." That found that increased time on social media increases stress and anxiety and then can lead to depression. The review emphasized the fact that even positive reinforcement can be addictive and cause individuals to spend even more time online, which in turn can be detrimental. The lack of consensus on the mental effects of social media is part of the issue. With no concrete answers, it's difficult to make healthy choices knowing they effectively are good for us. According to an 8-year longitudinal study, Does Time Spent Using Social Media Impact Mental Health? Published in March of 2020, time spent on social media is not related to the individual changes in depression and anxiety. These two conflicting stances on social media's effects are but drops in the ocean of the research that needs to be done on this topic, but they do accurately represent the fact that, as of right now, we don't really know the effect of the content we are consuming. It's also important to address our learned behaviors. Many times when we choose to click on a YouTube video, the title or the thumbnail might have caught our eye and made us click. The decision-making aspect isn't thought out over as much as it should have been. It's like choosing a TV channel. It can be out of habit or because it's a channel our parents always chose. It's almost like being on autopilot in some ways. To help our brains receive better nutrition for our mental health, we need to start asking ourselves more questions. Is what we're clicking on good for us? Does it leave us in a positive mindset once the content is over? Or does it feed our personal negative headspaces? Does it inspire us? Is it a click out of interest or mere habit? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. It can be simple to merely discount a YouTube video as just a video, but the reality is that it's more than 10 minutes of sound and visuals, and it's 10 minutes out of your day that you're devoting your attention. Even once the video is over, you might find yourself grumpier than before, less happy with yourself, not in the mood to do your usual activities that you enjoy, so on and so forth. This is exactly why we need to evaluate the effect of the content and what it's really feeding our minds. With all of that said and done, what can we do in order to have healthier, more mentally nutritious content? Much like we've done with food, we can demand improvement. Even just a few years ago, we didn't have much access to actually good food in many places. Vegetarians, vegans, gluten-free weren't even an option, and those people were in a harder position in many restaurants because they kind of rely on us to choose the fast food option. Similarly, online, we have junk food as well, but it's junk food for our brains. It may feel good in the moment, but in the long term, it doesn't serve you. In the long term, we're negatively impacted. And on top of that, our bodies and brains do not receive the nutrition that they require. With a combined effort from all of us, we can demand a change online in order to render the internet a more positive place. We can afford to be optimistic. The internet can be a place filled with learning, support, amongst other beneficial qualities. However, without nutrition, we can't grow. And this is why it's such an important topic for us to discuss and invest our time in so that we can move forward and think about what we want to see online. Think about what results you want from the content you watch, then demand it from creators. Maybe some need to make changes. Maybe some need to be lifted up and told they're doing well. We can turn the negative connotations of social media around, but we need to start by demanding it from those we watch. New media is changing the way in which we consume entertainment and information, as well as how we interact with others. As an influencer with a significant following and a broad reach, contrary to old media, I can interact with my viewers. I can ask for feedback and actually see each individual comment. This is an opportunity that old media didn't have, and is one of the best aspects of being an influencer. I get to listen to what my viewers ask for. I get to give them not only the content they want, but one that's mentally nutritious for them. The one that is positive and encourages people to be in a beneficial headspace. So let's all start making better, more informed choices. As consumers, we need to start demanding healthier content, and as creators, I promise, we're ready to listen. My name is Natalia Taylor, and thanks for coming to my TED Talk.